Hi guys, welcome. Thank you so much for staying so late at this conference, and thank you so much for coming to my talk. I'm going to very quickly talk about ERC since I have only 5 minutes. Just to quickly, I'm sure that everyone knows what NFTs are, so I'm not going to talk about that. But basically, all NFTs are running on Ethereum on ERC 721 or 1155 standards, and today I'm going to mention what are those standards. So quickly, what's ERC? ERC stands for Ethereum Request for Comments, and it's on-chain application layer AIP. AIP is Ethereum Improvement Proposal, which is a standard of how things are being improved on-chain. And it's sort of like a unification of standards and solidity functions on Ethereum, the chain itself. If you want to learn more about the ERCs, I wrote EIP FAQs, and there are ERCs as well. Mentioned this is the article, you can find it on my Medium. So quickly, what's ERC20? ERC20 is a token standard, which is the most popular standard on Ethereum chain, and it's the standard which most tokens are running on the Ethereum chain, and it also kicked off the ICO craze in 2017. Back in the days, if you remember that. So the ERC 721 is the main Ethereum NFT standard, and it's the most popular one. There is also so much things to talk about this standard, but just to be very quickly, this is the smart contract token standard, which are being used for NFTs, and it was introduced in late 2017, so we all know that it's very old, and it's pretty unusable as a standard itself, because it's very simple and there are many issues with it which are causing that so many platforms are building their own custom solutions on the top of the 721 itself, and that's what is breaking the NFTs these days, and that's why NFTs are not really compatible between platforms and marketplaces, because they're so, the smart contract itself values so variable so much. There are basically 721 functions, and since I don't have much time, I have to be very quick. So there is another NFT standard which is super popular, and it's 1155. This standard introduced us, it's sort of like ERC20 and 721 together, or it's very something in between, and this standard mainly introduced the atomic swaps, multi-transfer, and unification, which means that the main difference between 725 and 1155 is that the 1155 you can store many NFTs in one contract. 721 only one NFT in one contract. That's the main difference. And then also in 1155, every NFT is defined by token ID, and this allows us that we can even swap the NFTs within each other in the one contract. So if you want to learn more about the standards, I wrote a huge wiki about all NFT related standards. Just make sure to check it out. It's a huge documentation of all NFT related ERCs. There are many groups, blogs, and we also have a working group on Telegram as well. And then there are many issues with NFTs as well, which we run into with 721. So these are the basic ones, and I have to be very quick. So just quickly, the main issue with 721 is the metadata, and the metadata are basically the token, the NFT attributes, which are the traits, which if you have mainly PFP, you can see the attributes as background or the face or hair color or t-shirt color or anything like that. And metadata in 721 are defined by token URI, which points to storage URL like IPFS or RWLink, and it's a JSON data blob, which is not even on chain, and that's the main issue. And also in 721, the metadata is optional. Also, there is another standard which introduced only schemas, which defines nothing, and it's not even helpful, and the standard is not even being used. And there are more about what we need with the NFT metadata, but since I'm like over the time. Anyway, so music NFTs, there are many problems coming from the music NFT itself industry, but there is also a working group that is trying to create new music NFT standards. There are some proposals for new music NFT standards, which I actually wrote an article about, and these are just screenshots from my article. And since I'm over time, make sure to check out the wiki where you can find more information and articles. And this is my Twitter, so if you want to have more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I have the same handle on Telegram as well, so that's it. Thank you so much.